class is going to be very, very fun and intense, and you have note sheets there. There's tons of little samples for you, everything. So it's very fast-paced. I'm known for doing fast updos. So before we begin, do you all want to see something fun?
Yeah, sure.
Everyone looks a little tired. You guys have caffeine? Yeah, no. I had mine at like 5 a.m. this morning. So I'm going to start with something fun, and then we'll get rolling. That was 3 updos in about 4 minutes. This is the bride and her maid of honor and her bridesmaid. Other bridesmaids got in a fight fight and they left, as you all are familiar if you know weddings. But the idea of today is, not to do a 1 minute updo. You still want your client to feel pampered, but the idea of today is to learn time-saving techniques to help increase revenue for you and for your salon. So imagine if right now in your books it takes 1 hour to do an updo, and you're charging, let's say, $100. Imagine if you can do 4 in 1 hour at the same cost. You're quadrupling your income right there. So whether you're a beginner artist or an advanced artist with updos, today's class, you're going to be able to learn how to do an updo or add to what you're doing. And I see some familiar faces in here. It's so nice to see you all. There's going to be a lot going on today. So definitely enjoy the whole day. I'll be at the booth as well doing updos all day long and back here twice this afternoon. So I'm going to have my first model, Renee, come up. And I have 2 long-haired models with me. But if any of you want to be my model for short hair on the booth later, I can show you how to put short hair up. So if anyone has seen any of my classes, has anyone ever been to a Kell Grace seminar? Wow, 3 of you, I'm popular. Well, if you've ever been to If you've ever been to my class, you'll know that I like to also show how to do a short-haired updo, because that's asked a lot. But typically your brides, when they come to you for a trial run, they will grow their hair out, or you'll put extensions in. So a lot of people like to have longer hair for updos. So I'm going to show you a lot of really, really fast techniques and how to put hair up. So once again, my name is Kell Grace, and I'm from Winter Park, Florida. So I'm a local. And probably all you're familiar with Winter Park. So I own a salon there called Kell Grace Hair and Makeup. It's on Park Avenue, right by Barney's Coffee Shop. So I love my coffee. So that's where I'm located. If you're ever in the area, please stop by and say hi. I also do cuts and color. We are a full hair service salon. We go on location a lot and do brides, events, anything glamour related we'll do. I also started teaching updo seminars about 3 years ago. My Kell Grace seminars launched. And it's been such a journey, a fun journey. And I would say about a year or 2 ago, I met Neuma. I've used Neuma in my salon for quite a while. And at one of my events, they were there as well. And we met and had it was like a divine appointment. And it's great natural products. If you're not familiar with it, I'll cover it today in class. If you are familiar with it, you'll know that it's so clean, so fresh, makes everything work so beautifully. So as I was using their products and doing my techniques, we developed some seminars together. And today we're here at the show, Taming of the Do. So who's ready to get started? Ready? All right. So this first technique I'm going to show you is called single braided chignon. And I am going to show you how I prep their hair as well. Before I do that, I want to just get your minds rolling, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to tilt your head down just a little bit. You're going to gather all the hair to the nape of the neck. I like to use my fingers a lot when I comb the hair back. I don't use a lot of combs and hard parts, brushes. I actually like to use my fingers quite a bit. I think natural styling is beautiful. A lot of Pinterest pictures that clients sit down and go, "Would you have any ideas?" What do they bring you? Your Pinterest board or their Instagram feed. So a lot of those updos are very natural, right? And that can be harder because we're trained. When you're trained, sometimes it's very rigid. We have our ways to do it. So to actually loosen up and to free the hair can be a little difficult. So here's some ideas on how to get started. You divide the hair into 3 at the nape. You're going to start with a 3-strand braid. 3-strand braid right at the nape like this. And if you've taken my class, what kind of tension at the nape? Tight. It's okay. So tight tension at the nape. And then what kind of tension do you move into? Medium tension. So when I'm talking about tight tension, it's nice and tight. There's no sagging of the hair on the sides. And then you're going to move into medium tension. So as you're going down the hair shaft, you're not pulling as tight. It might sound silly, like, hell, it's just a 3-strand braid, really. Once you start doing it, you'll see what I mean. Tension is the most important thing with this look. So you're going to braid medium tension all the way down until you run out of hair, or if the layers start to pop out. When you get to the bottom, you're going to roll it along your fingers. And when you get to the nape, take your forefinger and your thumb, and you're going to spread that braid apart, nice and wide. And when it's nice and wide like that, you're going to cup it with your non-dominant hand. Your non-dominant hand is the hand that you don't use as much, the hand that maybe you don't cut with. So that's my left hand. If you're a left cutter, your non-dominant is your right. So hold the bun with your non-dominant hand and pin with your dominant hand. And as I pin, I do not open my pins. Keep them closed, okay? So this is a challenge for you. I'm going to challenge you to go home today and not open your pins. Keep them closed. You're going to go straight into the head, 90 degrees, and you're going to turn it, once you get the scalp, towards the center. So you're going to go straight into the head, turn it towards the center, all the way around the perimeter, straight into the head and towards the center. Straight into the head and towards the center. Straight in towards the head and towards the center. So I'm never opening my pins. When you open your pins, once I get my hand free here, I'll show you what happens. So all the way around, don't let go of this with your non-dominant hand. Keep it nice and secure. Okay, then you're gonna let go. Okay, and there you go. Snap, she has a beautiful low chignon. That a lot of times we see pictures of these and isn't it hard? You start to sweat because it's a low bun. I should be able to do this. And then you're behind the chair and you're sectioning and then this. And then an hour later, you're starting to sweat. We've all been there, right? I've been there. And then you roll it up and then you're using hairspray and more things. And then all of a sudden the spider web effect starts happening on the hair. An hour later, you're like, to go do your own bun. This is so hard. So low buns are really popular. Really, really popular. The fancy chignons, they're always will be popular. From 50 years ago to 50 years from now. These are classic pieces. So remember, a braid can go a long way. But when you look at this, do you see a braid? No. So the whole idea is when you're pulling it apart, to really stretch it along the nape. Okay, so you want to really, really pull that apart, okay? That's what will make it elegant, and that will disguise the braid. And when the braid, if you're thinking of the hair when it's braided, what's happening? The hair is wrapping around itself. Therefore, it's doing most of the work for you. It's actually locking it together, so you don't have to use as many pins. So the thing about the pins I want to show you is that why I don't open my pins, there's exceptions when I open, but generally I keep them closed. I'll tell you today my few exceptions. But when you're pinning, the open part of the pin, that little open part, that's all the amount of hair it's supposed to hold. It's not supposed to hold more than that. A bobby pin was designed to only hold as much as that can hold. So what happens is that when we open it and we jam all that hair into it, what's going to happen? It's going to come right back out, right? You're going to jam it in, it's going to poke back out. And people always say, why do I see my pins? How do I hide my pins? Keep it closed when you're base pinning. It'll save you so much trouble, and it's a lot tighter and more secure. How does your hair feel, Renee? Pretty tight? Move around a little bit. She can start, head banging all around. That takes about 8 pins, 8 to 10 pins. I would suggest, if you need 20, go ahead, as long as you're comfortable. Once you get faster at pinning and more confident with it, about 8 to 10 pins for a low bun is perfect. Thanks, Renee. She's going to just walk around a little bit so you can see a closer view, and my next model, Lilia, is going to come up. I'm going to explain to you how I prep the hair with my models. So Renee and Lilia, they have very thick hair, as you can see. So prep time on this is pretty long. I prepped them yesterday. So what we did is we used Renew shampoo and conditioner, which are these two right here. Renew shampoo and conditioner is, I love all my updos to be cleansed with this. The Renew shampoo is like a nice daily cleanser. It's not a clarifying shampoo. Okay, some people ask me that. It's not strip color, it won't make the hair dry out, but it will give it a really, really clean and fresh feel. All of the shampoo and conditioners in the Neuma line, are fragrance-free, so they're only scented with essential oils. It's also free of any toxins, sulfate, paraben-free. It is completely 100% natural. Vegan-based formula, everything. So anyone who has sensitivities, who has allergies, this will not bother you at all. If your clients have any type of allergies, get them on this. Also, I use this as my body wash, Renew shampoo, and I use Renew conditioner as my shaving cream. So I'm used to, I travel quite a bit for work, and I would always get red rashes on my right leg. I think just from traveling a lot and using, who knows what kind of shaving cream I was using. So about a year ago, I started shaving with the conditioner. Ever since, no rashes whatsoever, and cleansing my body with this. If you have guests over, you may want to tell them that this is body wash as well, or you can put it in a bottle that says body wash. So they both shampooed twice yesterday with Renew. I had a nice line. It lathers very, very well. And we conditioned from mid-shaft to the ends with Renew conditioner. We then put 1 pump of argan oil into the hair, and we did a quick blow dry just to get the moisture out. I then put about 5 to 8 squirts of a style extender and ink control spray. I cocktailed them. So I sprayed it all throughout the hair and then brushed it through. The style extender is a lightweight, it's a light hold. You'll see it's like a soft mist. See that? There's no sticky hairspray feel to it. It actually could be used as a second day refresher. So if you spray your hair the second day, it takes out odors and it doesn't leave the hair wet. It dries instantly. You can re-blow dry or re-curl. It's also great for thermal styling. The ink control spray, I did their hair because they have so much hair. I did it with ink control spray as well. It's a non-aerosol hairspray. So that's a really good prepping tool as well. So I prepped it with everything, and then I went through with a 1-inch curling iron, and I sent them home in kind of a soft bun. This morning we took that bun out, and I just recurled a little bit with style extender, and that's it. Okay, so with Lilia, we're going to move on to what's called interlock. Just a little bit. This technique uses 4 braids. I'm going to show you quickly how to do this, and you all have to tell me if you see a braid, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a section from the outer eye to the, right to the crown of her head. Like a large triangle section right here. Comb back. You're going to braid this in 3-strand braid. And you're going to braid this halfway down the shaft right here. Take a clip and pin that out of the way. On this side here, you're going to take a section from the top of the ear to the crown, big, large triangular sections. And if you notice, what do you notice? I'm not using much of a comb, brush, tons of product. A lot of times what causes our updos to be frizzy and messy is overusage of product. Remember, we've already prepped her hair. At the end, I'm going to show you how to finish with the hairspray, and as you're working a little bit, but remember, try not to touch the hair so much and try not to use so much product. Just keep going. Right when you start, be confident and go through that section. The more we touch the hair, the frizzier it gets. Then when we move to this side, I'm going to take a section right above her ear, same thing, a large triangular section, and braid halfway down the shaft. Her hair, both these girls have, Lilia's hair is a little bit coarser than Renee's hair. Renee has more silk in her hair, but they both have a lot of wave and curl. And I put long layers into their hair so you can see some dimension. Okay, once we're done here, we're going to use a 3-strand single braided chignon. You can turn around, Renee, on Lilia as well. So you're going to see how I want your minds to start thinking outside the box. Okay, so I did a single braided chignon on Renee. Now watch how I'm going to also create a chignon on Lilia, but before I incorporated something else. So all of these techniques build on each other. Or imagine, what if we did Renee, this is Renee's hair, what if we split her hair in 2 and did 2 chignons and overlapped them? Wouldn't that be cool? 3, what about a braid here, 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 all the way down the side, roll them up and pull them apart? Can you imagine that cascading piece around the side of her face? That would be gorgeous. It's all braids, but no one would know.